before we begin the review, Puerto Rico, we just recently heard on Twitter, landlines are available, so if you have anybody in Puerto Rico, friends, family, loved ones of any kind, a significant other, call them on their landline. Puerto Rico seems to be getting back up and operational. It will take a while. Puerto Rico strong, we are with you. It's Waffles 777. If you somehow see this at any point, let me know you're okay. Let your friends know you're okay. But let your family know you're okay first. Anyway. Good? Summed up? Okay, but, well, folks, this is Real Honesty with John Ritland. Fuck this No Mercy pay-per-view.
Hello.
Fuck it.
I am the Durbinator.
And
I am so damn disappointed.
Yes. I wanted to let us do our special introductions because, seriously, I didn't expect this pay-per-view. I expect this pay-per-view actually to be pretty good given the hype.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
They did an excellent job booking it up to this pay-per-view.
And
but
then...
Did they deliver? Nope. They didn't deliver at all.
It was bad. I mean, pre-show, Renee did look good. Charlie talked about being stacked from top. I mean, the card being stacked from top to bottom, even though Charlie's beautiful. I mean, she is. I'm sorry. Miz, of course, saying, come on, buddy, blow, lull. And Alexa looked amazing. Rob James, I'm sorry, sir. If you see this, I'm sorry. Cool, she got the ticker. It's like you had your question answered by Alexa. I'm just sorry you got shot down for your marriage proposal.
It sucks to be you,
but good for shooting your shot. Elias is super over. No, that was me when the Oscar promo happened. Elias though super over.
Yes,
and
they want to like him, but they have to boo him, and it's kind of hilarious.
It is, and. Elias versus Cruz actually was one of the better matches of the night, especially with no build.
And just think, we have Braun Strowman versus Bork.
Cena versus Reigns, the tag title match, and some other stuff, and that was one of the better matches of the night. Now, it had no build. I mean, I'm not saying that I thought it was a world beater of a match, but it was well worked.
Yeah.
Elias is a really good athlete. Cruz is an amazing athlete who deserves a push.
Oh, yes.
Unfortunately, they're not pushing him. He didn't look weak in defeat. I'm not going to say that. But he's directionless.
No, he wasn't weak in defeat at all. He jumped pretty high.
Because foot puns. We shouldn't mention the foot stuff around Rex Ryan.
There were some great jokes afoot.
Yes. I feel like there is much soul, and we are being laced into more puns. Asuka is coming to TLC, and so am I. Phrasing. But that's really cool. I'm really happy they announced this because now the dirt sheets can't report.
Yeah.
And now, Miz versus Jason Jordan open show. IC title match. Decent. And Miz, oh my God, was Miz over. Oh, Miz was over.
Well, I mean, when you're in the dumbest plot line of the decade.
And that's saying something. I feel so bad for Jason Jordan. I do. The guy is an incredible athlete. I mean, an absolutely incredible athlete.
Yes.
And, man... It was well worked. It was how a heel should win. Unfortunately, it's going to continue the feud because interference. Axel interfering. At least the Miz Taraj didn't look weak. They did their job as lackeys. Miz won. Maurice seems to be home now. I don't know how far along Maurice is as far as her pregnancy. Good
Probably
for her.
only a few months, but hey.
Good for her and Miz.
Congratulations still.
Have the healthy baby.
The twist of my stash and a tip of my hat.
I have no stash to tip. Wait, I did that wrong. Moving on. It wasn't a bad match.
Nope.
It wasn't great, but Miz won. It was a proper heel move. Bray versus Balor. We've seen this before.
Yes.
It was well worked. It was.
Until the match started.
Yes. Bray beating up Balor before. Then the match starts, and instead of selling the ribs, well, I mean, Balor did for a bit.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, oh, hey, the pain's gone. Yeah.
The pain is gone. It's like this soothing vapor action.
Yeah.
Action. Zoidberg. Anyway. I don't know. Disappointed look that you're giving. It was not a bad match. It wasn't, but we've seen it before. I mean, Balor won. What?
Both of us at the same
It's
fucking
both
time.
of us drinking these sparkling ices. It was
Sparkling!
It was
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag want to be sponsored.
Sparkling Ice wants to sponsor us. They
Hashtag
tell
we're not family friendly, so.
yes, we aren't. If you want us to try to be family friendly, sorry. Anyway, it was a freeze frame. It was nice that Bray looked dominant. I mean, I can't say he looked totally weak, but then by the end he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he injured Balor's ribs. If he had won, it would have been fine. I get why Balor won. They want to give him momentum, but Bray's directionless again. They booked themselves into a corner. If Balor lost, they were going to be in trouble with Balor. If Bray lost, they were going to be in trouble with Bray.
No, not necessarily. Yeah, if Balor had lost, they could create a plotline where Balor joins up with Bray.
Or that. I really actually kind of wish they would have done that. Now, that might have made this pay-per-view a little bit better.
Hey, WWE, you can hire me if you want.
Good. He can fix Roman.
I can fix everyone.
I can't fix myself. But he can.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So, Rollins and Ambrose versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Yeah, so my voice gives out. It was decent. Well worked.
Yep.
Good spots.
Yep.
Cesaro having the summer teeth.
Mm-hmm. Some are here, some are over at the ring.
And it looked like his nose got busted too.
Yeah.
But hey, kudos to him for cutting it out. Good stuff. Looked like he was going to have some issues.
But his tooth just had to tap out.
It was toothless aggression. But with Cesaro, it ended better than with the other guy. And if you know who it is, you know why I said that. Still, good stuff.
Yep.
For what it was. Now, we have seen it quite a bit, but at least they kept a good pace going with it.
Yes.
And kudos to Cesaro for keeping that going. I think this is going to be the beginning of, not them splitting up, but I think Sheamus is leaving for a movie role soon. And then they can pick this stuff back up because you had Sheamus kick Cesaro on accident.
Yep.
Not saying it will lead to a split because they just got new merch. They've never done that with tag teams, Jericho and AJ Styles. But it could lead to maybe a divide temporarily. Sheamus goes away for a couple months. Cesaro goes on a bit of a run. Please.
Cesaro feuds with Jeff Hardy just for the sheer irony of the situation that they're both in now.
Yeah, and ironically because Jeff Hardy may need shoulder surgery soon. That's what's even better. Yeah, I know the teeth thing. I know what you were saying. It's just even better now that Jeff Hardy may need shoulder surgery. It's not better, but it's a way to write him off. Fusion ha. Then you had Nia, Sasha, Alexa, Bayley, and Emma in a 5-way. Nothing cramped about this match. Nia looked dominant. Everybody had their spots in. Mm-hmm. Bayley makes her shocking return and then gets pinned. It's like Bayley never left.
Yep.
I mean,
well, they got to build up for Asuka, and, well...
I have no issue with Alexa Bliss.
And I know that Bayley's been thinking about getting an image change, and I think this is a good catalyst for it, but...
They just don't know what they're doing with her.
Yeah.
They just don't seem to. I mean, at least Emma didn't take the pin. I actually thought she might. They had something going. And it kind of rushed to a finish, but Alexa won.
There will be a feud between Sasha and Bayley, so I could count Sasha and Bayley out of the title
hunt.
Yeah, just for a little bit. Nia's probably going to be competing. Nia's probably going to get it at some point. Maybe before TLC.
Nice.
Excuse me.
No, she could have it, in a couple of weeks on Raw. Yep. Asuka could come to challenge her. Yep. Or Asuka appears at the end of Alexa and Nia in a rematch. And then you build to that afterwards.
Mm-hmm. So just the whole stadium erupting with Asuka's
gonna kill you. Still though, Bayley being pinned. I mean, yeah, it's probably gonna lead to Bayley versus Sasha, but still, it's just Bayley. They don't know what they're doing with her. They just don't seem to, and it's sad because she was super over. Then they booked her like shit, and they're like, why isn't she getting cheered? Oh, right, because we booked her like shit.
We booked her like she was just starting off as Sami Zayn on the main roster.
Which is so sad. And then, one of the big matches of the evening. Cena versus Reigns, and oh Christ!
Oh yes, let's talk about that for a moment.
First off, let's talk about how the crowd was hot in the beginning.
Yes.
Booed Reigns, cheered Cena.
Well, for the most part, you would hear, "You both suck,"
and they did chant CM Punk, which I was okay with what these guys were doing. Now, I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be booked, if they were just trying to do this, or if Cena just didn't care. Because, sorry, it kind of seemed like he didn't for a bit.
It looked like initially that Cena was just toying around with Reigns, but it almost seemed at the end like he was just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
If you're going to try to push Reigns like that, it's not going to work. I mean, Reigns did spike his head on that announcer's table spot. I'm glad he's okay.
Hey, don't spear the Reaper.
That was great.
You almost killed yourself on that.
That's got to be a hashtag that you put in the video. So, yes, you had the spear to the outside, to the announcer's table.
Around the outside.
Around the outside. But you had one spear. You had Cena hit 4 AAs, and he couldn't win. Then you had Reigns hit one spear in the ring, that I recall. One spear, and that's it. You can't do that. Now, look, I'm not saying you shouldn't protect finishers. I'm not saying that. Yeah. But, seriously, I've never actually wanted Cena to win a match more than this one.
Meh.
Right.
Meh.
It was terrible. It was a terrible match.
It was a meh match.
They just, all that build with all the promos, and that's what they delivered.
And guess what, boys and girls? The disappointment doesn't end here.
It doesn't. This is just the beginning of it. Actually, the pay-per-view, up to that point, up to Cena Reigns, wasn't too bad. It was probably about a B-, C+.
Yeah.
And then, just Cena versus Reigns was just bad. And then we get to, we had Miz and Kurt. Why continue this feud? And please don't reunite the Shield. You're going to have Ambrose and Rollins versus Bo and Axel. And then you're going to have Miz versus Reigns. And Reigns is going to capture the IC title. Which I called like a year ago. I don't like it. It's a horrible idea. Neville versus Enzo for the Cruiserweight title. Enzo is Beetlejuice. And okay, but why?
Because he is a thing of nightmares.
R.I.P. the Cruiserweight division.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. Throw it in the trash.
Just fuck off already.
What'd I do?
I've gotten with this whole event. Just this has been utter shit.
This is WCW 2000 levels of shit. Only without so many pole matches. Go ahead.
You win with a nut shot? Really? It's the best you could come up with?
If you hadn't done that 2 weeks ago, it might actually worked better. It still wouldn't have. Go ahead.
No,
I don't blame you.
I'm not mad. I'm just a little bit absolutely livid.
Yeah. This is going to kill the Cruiserweight division. And I don't care if Enzo can draw some eyeballs at 205 Live.
But then again, this could also be a more convincing way to put the title onto somebody else.
Like Cedric Alexander.
Or Mustafa Ali.
Fabulous he.
Ali Baba, who we haven't seen in a while.
Not sure why. We saw him in a backstage segment on 205 Live. Give it to TJP again. I mean, I would say Cedric or Mustafa Ali. Or have Gulak beat Enzo. Something.
Yeah.
Make Gulak a pseudo-face, even though Gulak's a really good heel. I mean, this is just fancy booking shit, but this is bad. This is really, really bad. You might as well do what Medusa did. Just take the title and throw it in the trash.
Yep.
You built that Cruiserweight division up with Cruiserweight Classic. Signed so many of those guys. Sure, the 205 Live thing wasn't exactly great, but you've had good Cruiserweight champion. TJP was a good enough Cruiserweight champion, even if he wasn't the first choice. Brian Kendrick is decent because he was a good heel. Rich Swann had a good story. Neville returns, kicks the shit out of everybody, goes on a tear, and has some great matches. Even if a lot of them were on the pre-show. Or sandwiched in the death slot, like this one was.
Yeah.
Then Tozawa beats him. If Tozawa hadn't beaten him and then Enzo beat him, it actually might have been worse. Now that I think about it. This was just bad. This was really, really bad. Enzo as champion is garbage. It's 100% garbage. But then, as he said, the fun does not end. The disappointment does not end. Lesnar versus...
We're all gonna die!
Yes, Lesnar versus Braun, and that's it.
The most hyped match with the most boring end.
I want to say again, with Cena and Reigns, I get protecting a finisher. You build up to it. I get protecting a finisher, but I want to say this much. You should have put the title on Braun.
Yes.
Having the Cruiserweight title change hands, okay, stupid, but whatever. You had 4 titles retained, and Lesnar was one of them.
Oh, God.
Lesnar isn't going to wrestle again in 2017. Could have lost it here, won it back at the Rumble if you really wanted to go that route.
This could effectively kill Braun's momentum.
It could.
Because you didn't have him lose in a dramatic fashion.
You had him lose to one F5.
Yes.
And
things that Roman has gotten out of. Things that
Cena's
gotten out of.
at Night of Champions.
Yeah.
Not
so,
SummerSlam.
In a sense, you've now positioned Braun lower than both Roman and Cena.
And Taker. Because Taker took 3 F5s in Mania 30.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, the fuck?
You better have Braun come out and kill people.
Yeah.
To regain his momentum.
Then again, he's got a rematch, so he's not finished with him.
He is not finished with him. Unfortunately, it will not be till the Rumble.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Braun has a rematch. I don't know. He wasn't a champion. He could ask for a rematch and earn one by destroying Lesnar again, but if it's the same result, then it just effectively kills Braun more.
Yeah.
F. F. I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
Like, sorry to everybody before the main...
On a scale of 1 to 10, that was a 3.
That was I will say, actually, a 2. Because of the Cruiserweight title change was stupid. Just, other stuff building up to it was fine. Actually, you know what? I will say a 3, and I will say it for this reason. The stuff up to Cena Reigns wasn't too bad.
Nope.
But the last 3 matches killed it. I mean, absolutely killed it. And sorry, you can say Reigns is the guy all you damn well want. No, he's not. Not if you keep booking him like this.
Not if the crowd keeps booing him like that.
And
he doesn't get a, let's go Roman, and then Roman sucks. He just gets, boo!
I mean, there are people that cheer for him. Those people are wrong. I'm just kidding. If you guys are watching and you cheer for Reigns, cool. But just as presently constituted, he is not the guy. It's not going to work. So, I'm just saying F. I'm just saying F for the pay-per-view.
I'm going to have to agree.
It's just, you had one job, WWE. You could have at least made this a C-grade pay-per-view. And you failed miserably.
Said you went with C4 and everything blew up in your face.
Yes. I mean, you had Reigns win and not a great build. You had Enzo win the Cruiserweight title, which killed the grade. Then you had Braun lose the way he did. Braun losing wouldn't have been the end of the world if you built it in the match better.
Yeah.
You didn't. You made him look... you made him look pretty weak. Like, with all that build...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he popped up from a few moves. But... it was like the Samoa Joe match. Where Joe didn't effectively get his momentum killed, but I didn't expect Samoa Joe to win. I was hoping he would. But this, the way you built Braun... no. That's not good. Anyway... you agree, disagree? Do you think the pay-per-view is that bad? Do you think it was one of the better pay-per-views of the year? Why would you think that? Anyway, sorry.
Leave a comment. Let us know your viewpoint on it, because right now, we are highly disappointed.
Very disappointed. Raw better be damn good tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, this has been Real Honesty with John Ritland. I'm John Ritland. That
is the Terminator.
And we'll be back for Raw tomorrow.
Yes.
Sure?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Meh.